Married to a drug dealer. When I was 17 years old, I was walking with the Lord. I was a Christian, I was born again, but I met a man who I thought was a good man. I knew he wasn't born again. I knew he wasn't a Christian, but I thought he was a good person. So when it came time for us to get married, I had a feeling inside of me that said no. But everyone around me thought, he's a good person. So I married him, and on my wedding day, as I stood at the altar, I heard the Lord in my heart say, turn around and walk away. I chose not to. I said yes. And when I said yes to the man, I said no to the Lord. And the darkness came in. I felt the darkness immediately come into me. I thought that I could make him to be a Christian, but that's not how it works. That's most of the time, that's not what happens. What happened was, instead of me walking in the light, he pulled me into the darkness, and I walked in the darkness with him. Almost immediately, the control started. Not so much the abuse the first couple years, but the control started. He wanted to control my life. He wanted to control my movements. He threatened me, wouldn't let me go, wouldn't let me leave, wouldn't let me move around, wouldn't let me just be independent the way I was raised. He controlled me immediately. And then the crime started. What I didn't realize then, that I married into a family full of criminals. That's not the way I was raised. I was raised with the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not lie, they lied. Thou shalt not steal, they steal. Thou shalt not kill, they killed. They were bad people. His dad's dad, they bragged that he was a murderer. I never met him, so I don't know. But it was a family full of criminals. Not soon after the wedding, the crime started. He had me helping him to steal a baby calf. I didn't know the baby calf was stolen. I helped him get the baby calf because I love animals. But I did not know that he was actually stealing the baby calf. And on. Every day there was something new. His brothers, they were all into different various crimes. We lived in the country, so they did what bad country people do. They raised their own marijuana. They made moonshine and sold moonshine. His brother was fighting animals for money. Chickens, roosters, they were fighting roosters. They were fighting dogs. All that and involving me into their crimes. I was a child of the Most High God. I had the light in me, and yet I was walking in darkness. That's a very hard place to be. I needed protection. I wasn't reading the Word of God, and I didn't know that my help comes from the Lord, the maker of the heaven and the earth. I never read the Psalms 91, that I could hide underneath the shelter of the Most High God. I wasn't reading the Word. I was walking in the walk of darkness with this drug dealer. At first he wasn't a drug dealer. There was a lot of various crimes. There was car theft. They were robbing people's houses. It was a horrible time. They robbed one person's house. They set the house on fire and killed the baby dog inside of it. I was heartbroken. I didn't even know these people. I was absolutely heartbroken that I had married into a family that would do these things. I'm a child of God. I didn't belong there. I should never have married into that family, and the Lord tried to warn me on my wedding day. It took years for me to realize these things and to come back to the Lord. He's in prison now, and this is my testimony. This is part 1. Every day I'm going to try to do another part, if the good Lord willing, so you can follow along if you want to see the journey that it took for a child of the Most High God to fall on her knees and come back to the Lord and be rescued from a drug dealer.